Taking time off from your business is not just something that's nice to do. It is essential to your well-being. I'm guessing that you didn't start your business to be chained to your desk 24/7. You probably started your business because you wanted more freedom and more flexibility. Yet so many virtual assistants struggle to take any time off during the year, or when they do, it's filled with so much stress that there was no point to having a little holiday in the first place. So if this is something you can relate to, then keep watching, because I'm going to make it so much easier for you to take time off. But first of all, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so right now for weekly videos where I will help you to create successful and, more importantly, sustainable virtual assistant businesses. So if you're a one-man band virtual assistant, i.e. you are your business and you don't work for an agency, you've basically got three options when it comes to taking time off. But before we get to those, this is the most important point to remember. Give your clients as much notice as possible. I know this isn't always possible if it comes to, say, illness or a family emergency, but we're talking about holidays here, okay? So if you have booked a holiday for, say, 2 or 3 months in advance, tell them as soon as you can. It's not only professional, but it also will make it so much less stressful for both you and your client, because it means that you can both put a plan in place that you are happy with. Okay, so the three options. Option number one, if you charge your clients in packages of time, so say for instance, you do 20 hours a month for one of your clients, you can choose to keep that time exactly the same, and you can catch up on the work when you get back, or you can do some extra hours beforehand, or both. Now, the obvious pro to this is that you're going to be making the same amount of money. Awesome. But if you have multiple clients, say you're working at capacity, you're going to be working a hell of a lot of hours before, after, or both. Okay, so it can be actually really stressful. So whilst this might seem like the most obvious choice, please think about this carefully before deciding to go with this option. Now, the second option is obviously the opposite to that, and it's you can just take off the time. So say for instance, if you're going on holiday for a week, you can just work out what the deductions are going to be from that invoice, and you charge them less for that month. Now, obviously you're going to be getting paid less money, but you're not going to have the added stress of catching up on hours when you get back. And also, if you are telling your clients about this, say, a good few weeks or a good few months in advance, you can decide on which parts of their business you can work on to make sure that it keeps ticking over. So say for instance, if you're doing social media, you can schedule the social media in advance so that posts keep getting posted when you're away. Now, some clients will require stuff in their business that needs to be done daily. This could be social media engagement, or it could be answering customer support emails. Now, if this is something that you do with your clients and you know that this needs to keep ticking over, you've got a couple of options here. One, you can leave it up to the client to sort out on their own, or two, you can give them the option of finding someone you trust that will take over the role for you when you're away. Now, all I would say here is be very, very careful who you choose, because if you end up choosing a virtual assistant to take over from you and they end up being crap at their job, this will reflect really poorly on you and your business. So choosing someone to take over from you can be a good option, but make sure it's someone you trust is going to do a good job. So just to quickly recap, as a one-man band virtual assistant, your three main options are: you can keep the hours exactly the same, you're going to get the same amount of money, awesome, but you can have a hell of a lot more stress, because before and after you're probably going to find yourself doing so many more hours. The second option is that you can simply reduce your clients' invoices for that month. So yes, you're going to get less money, but you're probably also going to have a lot less stress as well, because you're not going to have to worry about catching up on loads of hours when you get back. And the third option, which I would only really try and go for if, for instance, your clients have tasks such as daily social media engagement or customer support. In these instances, you can find a trusted virtual assistant to take over from you. But remember, whatever you choose to do, always be transparent with your customers and always give them as much notice in advance. Now, if you can do this, I promise you're going to find taking time off so much easier. And remember, taking time off from your business isn't just something that's nice to do. It is essential to your well-being, and you want to make sure that you are taking at least a couple of weeks off during the year.